Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for joining me for this tarot read. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it and get started. We'll see what the cards have to say today, what messages come forward. This is going to be a general read, so it may or may not resonate with you guys. That's just fine. You'll know if the message is meant for you because it's just going to feel right. Also, we are going to draw an energy card at the end of this read too. Higher power. You know, it's funny. I feel like somebody's watching. I feel like somebody's watching. They're watching you, truth be told. Trying to like find out where you're at, trying to find out sort of what you're doing. I just have this like deep sense of inner peace too. This deep sense of inner peace. Mending. You know, somebody wants to make amends. Somebody wants to make amends, but I feel such distance from this observer card. Like whoever this is who's watching, I keep asking my guides in my mind, like, is this social media? Is this through other friends? And they can't really give me an answer aside from like giving me the energy of distance. Like distance. I almost wonder if we're going to have like spirit coming forward here and trying to make amends, to be fair. I feel like balance has to be brought back. Something's out of joint, something's out of balance. There's like a mending, I do feel like apology. Perhaps an apology has to come forward for somebody to be able to find peace. We do have that higher power card. Yeah, it's like there was things left unsaid. There was things left unsaid. I do feel like we are going to be talking about spirit, somebody who passed away here. Round and round. You know, I feel like there's a certain inner truth that they're realizing on the other side that perhaps they didn't see in life. And I do feel like this is part of their needing to bring mending forward to find peace as well. Here and now. And I also feel like somebody, see, this is the person who's left behind who they're trying to contact. This person feels some sort of regret, like if I just would have done this, or if I just would have done that, maybe things would have been better. I don't know if it's like a maybe this person wouldn't have passed either. But this chop wood tells me that you did everything that you needed to do. You did everything that was possibly within your power to move in a positive direction. It's like everybody makes choices for themselves. Everybody's journey is their own. A new life. And imagine. But I feel like there's a deep thinking too. Like you're still thinking about them, and then from the other side, like they're thinking about you. They're thinking about making amends. They're thinking about apologizing. Round and round. You guys went through some sort of a cycle together. Feel like it was repetitive. I don't feel like it was particularly healthy or positive. I don't know if this was just sort of a tumultuous relationship where there was a lot of arguing. But I just feel like it would happen sort of like over and over and over again. It never really got resolved before this person passed away. I do feel that they're feeling a need to apologize. They're feeling a need to bring balance. Because I think they see you're still grieving. You're still grieving and that this is still on your mind. It's still bothering you. It's still worrying you. And it's like, not only are they concerned about their own inner peace, they're concerned about your inner peace too. And you being able to move on and move forward with your life. And it's like being able to apologize, being able to make things right is what's going to sort of help you to move forward. Judgment card. I distinctly feel that in this judgment card. In that, truth be told, it's like there were things that this person was not able to realize in the physical world because of, I don't know, perhaps ego or emotions, or maybe some coping mechanism that they did. It might have had something to do with maybe substance abuse, but it wouldn't let them find clarity enough to sort of make peace. I do feel like they laid burdens on others with their behavior and not necessarily intentionally. But this is what it caused. This is part of that cycle. Strength. I feel like they were stuck in that Nine of Swords too. That Nine of Swords can represent depression, it can represent anxiety, but definitely being sort of stuck within oneself, not able to find the clarity, not able to move forward. I see in the High Priestess too, I see the other side. See, this is whoever is crossed is coming forward in this High Priestess, because the word spirit comes to my mind. This is like the other side of the veil. This is this person being able to find clarity once they've passed. And I do believe they're worried about, they are worried about you moving forward in the future. So you having abundance in the future, you being able to heal. And it's not even financially. They're worried about emotionally. They're worried about your heart, and they're worried about your soul. Because this is something that very much bothers you. You know, feel like they acted like this Page of Swords. I do feel like this is how you felt for quite a while too. This person was sort of selfish, or they didn't consider other people as well. Sort of like emotionally closed off, or didn't make emotional connections, or didn't take other people's feelings into account as well. I feel like they got in trouble with the law more than once. I don't know if you had to bail them out, but I do feel like they got in trouble with the law. I do see drinking in the Nine of Cups, so I do feel like this was part of something that they did. Like, they like to have a good time, but I also see like rowdy. I don't know if they got into maybe fist fights or something once they had a few to drink. But I do feel it in this King of Wands. They got a little bit uppity. The temper sort of got going once they had something to drink. Like I said, like in the living world, this person sort of lived this cycle that was not very healthy. Because of this cycle, they were in a mind state where they really couldn't see clarity. They couldn't make amends. They couldn't find mending with others. I feel like you gave to them a lot. So you may have bailed them out more than once, but I feel like you tried. You tried and you tried and you tried to help this person out, to help them sort of out of their funk, to help them find clarity. Like, take a look at yourself, take a look at your behavior, look at your life, you know, where do you really want to go? Like, you tried to offer advice, you tried to help them out of this Eight of Swords, out of this Nine of Swords, right? Shake them out of this way of thinking. Try and encourage them to start a new beginning. I don't feel like they found that new beginning, or they found that clarity until they passed over. It's like then they were able to let go of whatever it was from the past that sort of like drove this cycle of behavior. Because I do feel like it was things that they had experienced that sort of like gave them emotional baggage, and they didn't know what to do with it. And so it came out in destructive ways. But once they passed, they were able to sort of let that go. I've never had this vibe either with the Emperor before. I get a much higher power in this Emperor. Not that I think, you know, necessarily God is a man, or God is a woman, or God's name is God, or whatever it is. And I know we all have our own beliefs, but I do feel like it speaks to some sort of a higher power. I do feel like this higher power is actually in part responsible for helping this person to find clarity on the other side, and sort of like finding a way of helping them to see a different way of being. I do feel like they've been trying to communicate with you on different levels. You might be having dreams. You might be seeing multiple numbers. You might be seeing birds, coins, feathers, all sorts of funky things that maybe give you a little bit of a kind of feeling. Because I feel like they've been trying in different ways. They're not entirely sure that you're getting the message, which is, I do feel, why they've come to tarot, to try and help show you that they have found that clarity and that inner peace on the other side. They've been able to sort of let go of whatever burdens were heavy on them, and that they do regret how it spilt into your life, and that they do regret the burdens that they brought for you. Because they caused you a lot of this Two of Swords. They caused you a lot of this sort of conflict, being torn. Do I help them? Do I force them to learn their own lessons? But then you got to deal with the emotional side of that. It's, you know, but am I abandoning them by doing this? And I think they realize that now. They didn't get it at the time. They just weren't capable. They weren't in that spot. But I do feel like they understand now that learning, that clarity is there. You know, in this Hierophant too, I actually feel faith, I feel religion, I feel spirituality. This is like your side of things. This is like your beliefs. I almost wonder if you've been praying or trying to talk to them and asking them sort of, have you found peace? Telling them how you feel. Maybe there's some unresolved things that you've been trying to ask them or you've been trying to tell them, telling them that you're struggling. I just feel like they found healing, they found their inner peace, and they regret sort of how it all burdened you. And they regret that you still feel those burdens. They want to ease that for you. They want you to be able to sort of move forward and live your life and not be held back and not feel like you did anything wrong. Yeah, I just keep diving back into the subconscious, and that we've realized that sort of what we've done and the impact of it. Like, this person is like, they're saying the message over and over again. So they really want to make sure that you understand it. And we have the Hangman too. I feel like this person is recognizing too, their life situation was of their own creation too. So when they were in a shitty spot, when they had to deal with the law, perhaps even the way that things ended, they're not telling me how they passed. So this is something that they're kind of keeping to themselves at this point within the read. But I do feel like there's this recognition of, I kind of did this to myself. Like, my behavior is directly responsible for these different things, for the upset in the home life, for the upset of balance, possibly even for the way that they passed. And like I said, they keep trying to communicate with you. They keep trying to communicate that to you so that you understand that they understand that it was selfish, that their behavior was selfish, that their behavior was inappropriate, that they wish that they could take it back if they could, and that they would like to make amends. They're sorry. See, I think they feel like you got left out in the cold. When they passed, like, they got sort of stuck. You got stuck sort of holding the bag emotionally, so to speak. Like, they passed over, they got to find peace, and you sort of just got left behind with this unfinished business, this unfinished symphony, these things that were not brought to life. I feel like they're going to follow you on your life path, though. They've now sort of moved into like this guardian angel way of being and a spirit guide, and like, they are going to try and protect you on your journey. They're going to follow you along on your life journey. And they want you to be able to have this clarity. Having that Queen of Swords coming forward at the end of this read, I do believe that clarity has happened. This is when this message hits home for you. This is when you realize this message is for you, and everything sort of sinks in. I feel like an abrupt change in the energy of this read as soon as I pulled this card. And then I feel this distinct impression of sort of like, my message has come across. That is what I feel in these cards. Like, my message has come across. So I feel like they were able to sort of get through what they needed to get through here. We are going to draw an animal totem card for you too. Hawk messenger. It's absolutely perfect. That is what this person has been doing. Trying to deliver you messages in the waking world. Perhaps like I said, with numbers. With maybe you're seeing feathers, you're seeing birds, maybe even hawks. I also feel in dreams they've been trying to come to you and deliver you messages too. And I don't feel like that's going to change. I feel like they are going to stick with you along the way, and you will keep seeing little signs of them saying, hey, I'm still here. Alrighty, I hope that you enjoyed that read. If you did, if it resonated, please hit that like, that subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Take care.